Hi, everybody. This week we're talking about chapter 8, 9, and 16. Chapter 8 was about the music, the sounds of the play. I love sound. I love music. I love incorporating those things into my production. I loved what he said. This really struck me. The finger, it's like the image of the fingers lightly touching the soul. And that's what sound kind of does, is it like lightly touches the soul of the audience. It made a lot of sense to me because when you open a window, you need to have those outside sounds. And then when you close the window, those sounds are gone. You need telephone sounds when the telephone rings. I mean, those things, even organic sounds from the actors are important. Like I said, we're doing the Jungle Book. So we've started researching all these different sounds that we want to incorporate into our production to make the jungle come alive, for our listeners to hear everything. One thing I really enjoyed was the fact he talked about the unique vocal quality for the character to control the focus. So I have an actor he's 13 and he has this incredibly deep voice and he's going to be playing Shere Khan. And so I love that he said this, because then I started blocking and I was like thinking, ooh, where do I put him to make him, when he comes on and he talks, like focus on him. I never really connected that before, that sound really is actually the vocal quality of the actor. And so I'm going to use that more. I love what he said. I made this huge connection here about blocking him when he comes in and he's like maybe by himself, and then wherever he moves, he's bringing that sound with him. I really, really enjoyed that. So I want to talk about chapter 9 about spectacle. I mean, obviously that's about the eye of the audience. I'm a big color person. I love color. I love design. I love costuming. I love kind of cool big sets too, but you can also do something small, which I think is, Katron talked about that it doesn't have to be big to be a spectacle. I love the picture of the actor on the bicycle with this great hat on and costume piece, and he was like the spectacle. I mean, it doesn't have to be big, it can be small, but it just has to hit a nerve with the audience, which I thought was great. Another thing in chapter 9 that I really resonated with was the idea between presentational and representational directing. I kind of feel I gravitate more towards presentational only because of budget concerns. I would love to be able to create a complete realistic set, but I think sometimes we can't do that here in education. We don't have the money for that. So we tend to use our UIL set to, here, I'm gonna throw over a piece of cloth and that's gonna be the couch for the play. But I think that that's okay. I think the audience knows how to suspend their belief. Like they talked about in chapter 16, that the audience has to do that in order for them to buy into what you're presenting to them. So I kind of feel like I'm much more presentational. However, I try to be as realistic as possible. So I need to show you, I'm so excited. I want to show you my floor plan, because I want to talk a little bit about ground plans. I've made ground plans for the Jungle Book. We have some flats. We're going to create like 3-dimensional vines that are going to go right into the audience to make them feel like they're part of the jungle. We're making like a little village hutch so that it wagons out. We're doing a lot of different some wagons in here so they move in and out. But my favorite thing that I'm going to show you is I am building a rotating cave and council, and this is going to rotate on hopefully on an axis, so it's like a lazy Susan, and it'll be on wheels, and I'm so excited to build this. It's like 8 feet tall. The kids are like, is it like a jungle gym? And I said yes, and they're super excited about that. We build this on Saturday, so next week I'll hopefully show you some actual pictures of it. But for the ground plan, I love designing ground plans and seeing what you can come up with and be creative with. But I really think, of course, if you need to be as true as you can to the architecture of something, but at the same time, as educators, we have to be pretty frugal. I have my partner making vines in there out of like butcher paper right now. And so we're just being as frugal as we can to create this illusion. And so that's kind of my thoughts about ground plans and making that spectacle become alive. And we're going to add those really cool sounds of the jungle. So I'm very excited to do the show. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.